Hi, Marta here at Lie-Nielsen Toolworks. I wanted to talk to you today about tool care and rust prevention. It is very important when you're buying a new tool that you think about tool care as much as you do sharpening or setting up a new shop. Tool care and rust prevention can go a long ways if you're hoping to have your tools for many generations. Oil your tools after every use. Prevention is key, and I cannot tell you enough how a little prevention can go a long ways. I use jojoba oil. Jojoba is actually more of a wax, and so at colder temperatures it will solidify. If you bring it into your house, it will become an oil again. A great mess-free way of storing jojoba oil is actually to take one of our microfiber cloths, put it in a plastic bag, add the oil, so when you're done using your tools, it's simply taking it out of the bag and wiping down any of your saw plates, your chisels, and your iron-bodied tools. Also, coat your blades after you sharpen them. Any contact with water, a good coating of oil, will prevent any rusty surprises. If for some reason you come back to your tools and you found that there are a few rust spots, I recommend using a hand block. And we sell these in coarse, medium, and fine. Fine is the best because it matches the scratch pattern that's already existing on your tool. So if you have a little bit of staining, take the hand block, move it back and forth across the plane. Try to avoid using any circular motions. There's already an existing scratch pattern on the plane, and circular motions will make it very apparent that you clean the tool. If you have started to pit or the rust spots are just a little bit too stubborn, use a Scotch-Brite pad. Maroon's my favorite color. You can get this at any hardware store, auto store. Take the tool, remove the blade, and move it back and forth across the Scotch-Brite pad. If you're using it on the bottom of the tool, no worries. It won't take the tool out of flat. You can even do it in sections. Make sure you remove the blade first. That looks lovely. If you have a rescue case, something that's gone a bit too far, such as this number 7, then you may want to use sandpaper. But I caution you, sandpaper is your last resort. You have to make sure that you have a surface that is long enough so that you're not doing it in sections. If you flatten the sole in sections, it will take part of it out of flat, and you are removing enough material with the sandpaper to cause a problem. If you must use sandpaper, do not use anything coarser than 220. Go for 220 and finish on 400. Of course, if you don't feel comfortable doing any of this, feel free to send the tools back to us and we'll give it the full Lie-Nielsen spa treatment. Your bronze-bodied tools, of course, will not rust, but they will tarnish. If you want to bring them back to that first day luster, Scotch-Brite works again. Back and forth on a bench top. There you go. I would like to remind you that when you're using Scotch-Brite, you're removing small amounts of metal. And if you're doing this on a wooden bench top or a work surface, the pieces of metal will come through the Scotch-Brite pad and stain your bench top. It'll also create little bedded pieces of metal that later on could dull your blades. So work on a sharpening station, a piece of float glass, or some kind of plastic surface. You can also use Scotch-Brite on any of your caps that have started to tarnish. Again, that elbow grease goes a long ways, but you'll bring it back to that bright first day luster. If you want to polish any of your already polished, highly buffed pieces, such as caps, then we recommend a sunshine polishing cloth. A little bit of elbow grease goes a long ways again, and you'll start to get that shine back. If you're finding you're working a little bit too hard, you can also use a polishing compound for brass or bronze. It also works on the non-polished backs of your saws. What I will do, so I don't leave a scratch pattern on the plate of my saw, is I'll use a small cut-off piece of the Scotch-Brite pad, something that fits just barely over the back of the saw, and I'll move that back and forth along the back of my saw and polish that right up. If you're stepping away from your shop for any extended period of time, you want to make sure that you've not only coated your tools in a very nice coating of oil, but also that you're not leaving them in leather cases or our plain socks. By doing so, you're trapping moisture against the tool that will come back as a rusty little surprise. So if you are keeping them for a long period of time, make sure that you not only coat them in oil, but wrap them in FerroPak. That's the brown paper that your tool originally came in. We trust it to keep our tools safe on our shelves. You can trust it to keep your tools safe in your shop as well. If you do have any questions about this, please give us a call or go online. Thank you so much and have a great day.